Okay, hello, PACE students. Jay and Erica are here, and we're going to quickly review what you're going to be doing in week 8. So as usual, you begin on the home page. I'm going to click on content. That takes us over to week 8. We'll go down and click on it in order to get through it from top to bottom. This is a put it all together week, tie up loose ends week. And so you have two major assignments that serve as the capstone projects or the capstone assignments for this course. First, there are these resources that you will need to be referring to as you fill out your assignments. This uh, commencement speech by Ayala, excuse me, uh, serves as a kind of model commencement speech. That she does a really good job of it. So be sure to watch it. It's 6 minutes long, and she's very interesting to hear about. You'll be using the code of civility that you'll need to refer to in with one of the questions, and the same with the academic integrity. Now, continuing on, here is your first major assignment. Your first major assignment is to write a motivational speech. And your motivational speech is in response to this question. Hey, you got a lot of stuff going on in your life. Why did you decide to enroll in college? Why did you decide to enroll at UMGC? Why? And so you've got to answer that question, why you did it. In other words, you're going to reveal your motivations and motivate that other person to do the same. So in other words, here are the key to the directions right here. A motivational speech you would give to someone you're close to if they question your decision. That week 1 goals, values, and motivation sheet that you've all filled out so excellently will definitely help you in preparing that speech. The speech, I don't know, shouldn't be more than a couple minutes long. You have various ways that you can present the speech. You can do it as a written submission, or you can turn on Zoom and record yourself right here doing a kind of face-to-face speech, if you will, and that's fine. Whatever format that you use to choose, just make sure that you cover your goals, values, and motivations. You do not have to go strictly down this bullet list in order to do your speech, but these questions help to give you a little more specificity in the kind of response that you give. Okay, and you post that to the week 8 discussion forum by Sunday. That's your speech. Your other major deliverable is to fill out this template right here. And this template is about your educational plan. Your name, your PACE section is 111S. 111S. The S stands for sciences. And here this is an expandable row, so it can fill out as much as you want it to be filled out. In other words, you're not limited to those blanks as you see them right there. Clearly, they're able to be expanded. Okay. Basically, you just fill these out. Here's where you would refer to the academic integrity module that is part of your e-resources this week. Pretty straightforward questions. You should be able to answer them by virtue of the exercises that you've done during the past 7 weeks. In other words, when it asks about resources that you can tap into, you have developed those resources and turned in an assignment on it. When it asks you about what you're going to do to get credit for any prior experiences or learning that you've conducted in, we've been through that, the place on UMGC website where you can get credit for prior learning. In other words, these questions draw upon the work that you've already done in the course, including mentorships, getting someone to mentor you, and um, finding out professional organizations to join, and also finding out uh, internship experience types of problems. I heard somebody come in there. Did somebody have a question? Was that you, Anati? Did you have a question?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. No, I don't credit. I just came in. I'm sorry I'm late too.
No problem. I will post the video from the chat so you can pick up on the scintillating stuff that you missed at the beginning. Okay, let's take any questions that you have. We have Anati, Erica, and Jay who are here.
Just wanted to ask a simple question before I step out. It's this, and so you want us to utilize those three components for our reference to writing
I'm sorry, what three components are you referring
to? You want us to watch the video, and you want us to the video, and it was two other things you said to check out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, before we write our paper.
I think it'd be a good idea if you did that. I think these are three you're referring to here.
Oh, the code of civility and
Yep.
Philosophy of academic integrity.
Exactly. The video from Alaya. Can anybody help me pronounce her name?
Why don't you just call her Andrea? Andrea.
Oh, okay.
Andrea. Yes, Andrea.
See, I didn't even know if it was Andrea or Andrea. That's how.
That's Andrea.
Okay, thank you. Do you know her?
No, I don't know her.
Okay.
But my sister's name is Andrea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She gives a good motivational speech here. It's probably a little bit longer than something that you would write for this particular assignment, but she does a very clear job of, she does a 1, 2, 3 kind of organization in her speech. That's an interesting way to approach it. These two, you just want to know what UMGC expects in terms of civility and what it expects in terms of integrity, so that you can in turn answer those portions of the template.
Okay, so it would definitely serve as a basically an example of how to do this. A good example. Okay, so I'll definitely will make sure that before I go any further, I will tune into those two things.
Okay.
Three things.
Okay, great. Any other questions? We have Erica Anati. Erica's shaking her head. I think that means no. Does that mean no in Spanish, Erica?
Yeah, I just don't have any questions. I just wanted to talk to you about, like, doesn't I need to do a meeting or something? Oops.
Okay, so did you want to talk to me privately then?
Yeah.
Privately, okay. So we'll wait until this is over. I'll
Yeah.
stop the recording and then we can talk. Because that's not something you want me to record, I'm sure. Okay, how about you, Anati? How's it going?
I know I missed this part of this recording, so I'll watch the recording.
Okay.
And I just had a question about the previous assignment, the
Go ahead.
the interview.
Yeah.
I have not submitted mine because I was wondering if we can get a little bit more time to submit that.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the assignment directions say exactly that, that you can extend the due date for the interview into week 8 if you need it, because basically asking somebody to submit to an interview with you is not something you have control over. You don't have control of their lives, their schedules, etc. I will say, though, that a possible potential interviewee will be more likely to respond to an email, a request for responses in email than live. Because that way, if they can email you their responses, they can kind of work on it a little bit at a time. They can kind of work on it when they choose. They don't have to schedule a time and block out a time, pushing ahead or behind other activities they have to engage in. So that would be my main recommendation, Anani. And also try to go low on the ladder. Like if you're trying to interview the CEO of your organization, I would bump it down to like a colleague or a supervisor. Whom are you trying to interview, Anani?
It's a retired person. I think he worked in the government offices.
Okay. So she's retired. And what has been her response to your reach out so far?
He's willing to do it, and but he has not had time the past few days. So I think
And
today we'll be able to do something.
now, so are you going to meet on the phone?
I think we're gonna talk on the phone, or it's up to, I don't know. I think it's better on the phone or email, Zoom. I mean, not Zoom, but the other video calling system.
Oh, yeah, Skype. Um, Here's another advantage of email.
Mhm.
You have a record of what they said.
Right.
You have a record.
Okay.
It's not something you have to remember. It's not something you have to record.
Right.
With email, you've got their words right there that you can refer to.
Right.
That's another advantage of doing it by email.
Okay. So I'll suggest the email. I think that would be easier for him too.
Have you sent him the questions?
I did.
Okay. So
Yeah.
just say, I know you're busy, so if you want to take a few minutes to
Mm-hmm.
answer each of the questions via email, that's perfectly acceptable. When do you think you can get them to me?
Okay.
That'd be it.
All right.
But thank you for bringing that up.
I'm glad that she actually asked that question because
Yeah.
that was definitely an assignment that I was really, really stuck on. What kind of people should I interview? And yeah, that so she just really, really just gave me an idea of
Sure.
what kind of people I should interview.
Anybody you're close to in your work, Jay, especially somebody who has with whom you have a supervisory relationship. But that doesn't have to be. I mean, it could be anyone that you hold in high esteem in this career field.
In this career field.
Yeah, that you're in.
Okay.
Or it has to be someone, or it does, just to understand it correctly, it doesn't have to be someone in this career field that we are in. Does it have to be?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who is this retired person? They're not some, you know,
it's like human resources, something to do with human resources.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm glad she asked that question too, because I was actually about to interview somebody from the Department of Energy that doesn't necessarily have to do with this field.
Yeah, if you look at that um, assignment, it does have to be someone in your field,
Mm.
Okay. Which
in
makes
your professional field of interest. Your
Okay, I
profession.
have a question. What about someone that has been like an instructor, well, totally not. I mean, the person that I have in mind, I'm making an example that she used to be an instructor at University of Maryland, and she was teaching writing, but not really like psychology.
That's not our field.
Yeah, it's not really your field of interest.
So,
Yeah,
so could I,
it pertains to something you're currently involved in, which is getting a degree, right? I mean, I guess you could conduct an informational interview on how I can be a better student or what it takes to be a good student at this school, because that's certainly something you're involved in for the next 4 years, right?
Mhm.
I don't have a real problem with that. But as Jay was saying, it's not really your field of interest.
so I have one more question, then I'm good ready to go.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
it so I can interview someone who is running a drug treatment center?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
all right. So I have my person.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
for you, Jay.
Good. So, Anadi, who supervises your work?
Um, nobody really. The person that employed me, the lady, the 100-year-old lady.
Okay, so you maybe don't want to do 100-year-old lady. Um, why don't you do your interview then on this whole idea of being a career student? You know, what does it mean to my career to be a student here, and how do I get the most out of this school? You see what I'm saying? How do I get the most out of the school in order to prepare me for a career? That to me is close enough, right? Close enough.
Mm.
How do I get the most out of the school in order to advance my career?
So that means now what does that mean for me now? I mean, if I don't find anyone in my field to interview.
Oh, I thought you said you were. I thought you said you were switching from the retired person HR to somebody else.
Oh, I was saying that because he's not in my field. He was doing something different when he was working. He was in human resources in the government.
Okay, human resources in the government. Did he, in his human resources job, did he oversee or deal with professionals in your field?
I'm not sure. That's what I need to find out more.
Yeah. If he did, I mean, if he dealt with other healthcare workers, if he had
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with the healthcare field,
Uh-huh.
or go for it. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. With other help.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Erica, who have you targeted? Who do you have in mind?
Mute.
Do you ask me?
Yes, who do you have in mind for your?
I have in mind because my grandmother used to work at the city hall. So at the social affairs department, there's a psychologist that deals with, I don't know, everything that goes every day with social affairs and people that just need some help and they can't afford to pay a private psychologist. So,
So,
so
in
that's who I was thinking about interviewing.
that's great. Since we're at the beginning of week 8, you need to go ahead and do that
Mm-hmm.
immediately. Yeah, go ahead and contact that person. Send that person your questions and say, "Can you please respond to this via email?"
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. Yeah, yeah. If because you're studying psychology, social work, right?
I'm studying psychology and criminal justice.
Okay.
So that is not completely what I am what I was planning to do on my future, but it's the most likely that I can
Close enough.
hear.
It's close enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They're in the social sciences field
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, I think
criminology.
she has to be like, I think she studied law or something because at the same time she's a psychologist. She also needs to like help people with legal processes and all of,
Mhm, mhm.
you know, just at town and everyday problems.
I'd say she's very much in your field, Erica. Yeah. Okay, so good. Well, we'll definitely get on that, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Jay had to jump off. Any other questions this week? Just to summarize, Anadi, you have 2 assignments this week. One is to write a motivational speech to someone who said to you, why are you in school? Why are you doing this? Why are you, here it is here. Why are you in school? This is someone close to you and they question your decision to enroll in this university right now. So this person just said to you, Nadi, I really don't get it. You're working full time, you got kids. Why are you wasting your time at a university right now? How is that going to help you? Don't you have enough on your plate? And you respond to them, wait just a minute. I want to tell you about why I chose this and why I'm going to work really hard at it and what it means to me. So you'd be drawing upon all the things that you've written about your goals and your motivations and your values. That's one assignment. And the other assignment is the one we were just going over, which is to fill out this template. Here's the template down here at the bottom. And here it is right here. You just fill in the blanks. Be as long-winded as you need to be. And turn that in the assignment portal for week 8 assignment. Okay, questions before we cut loose here?
I don't have any questions.
Okay,
right now.
great. Anadi, you cool? Okay. I will go ahead and say adios to you guys then. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll post this as soon as I can.